In 2021, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Advance Africa and Faraja Africa Foundation trained communities in West-Nile on entrepreneurship, digital marketing, and living in the COVID-19 era.
We identified specific vulnerable groups, and these were young entrepreneurs. The young entrepreneurs we are looking at here are more those in the informal sector, so they expose themselves. They are at risk to be in contact with diseases and so on.
First of all, when you look at what happened during when COVID came up, there were lockdowns, not just in Uganda, but all over the
truck drivers were empowered, who are now able to reach out to the others to counsel them, but also positively, help them to go through that period.
I remember when we first heard of COVID and how it could be prevented, it came with restrictions. And during that time, in order to prevent the spread of the disease, there was a restriction in movement. So that came with a lot of challenges on the community.
During the COVID time, movement wasn't easy. Even may find that the day may not sell because of that fear. Like they will come and arrest you. Yeah, if I can remember, wherever they arrested me, I closed the late like by 5 minutes. They arrested me.
Our health centers are not everywhere. And for you to access services, you have to move from one point to another. For people who are suffering from chronic diseases like HIV and TB, they couldn't go to the facilities to meet their medics or to make refills for their medicines.
But we VHTs, we went to them, we talked to them to observe SOPs so that they can protect themselves. So after that, they decided to come for treatment in the facilities.
As a VST, I'm the first health center down there in the community. I'm their signpost, and it is me to talk to them, to take their problem, and to tell what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to be, and how they're supposed to care for themselves.
We normally move from household to household, passing this information. Also in gathering places, we advise them to maintain SOPs.
In the wake of the pandemic, Advance Africa donated equipment such as a weaving machine to the women's prison in Arua, craft materials to the men's prison in Arua, and a bakery to the men's prison in Paida, as well as starter kits for young entrepreneurs in West-Nile.
We train the prison social workers and warders with these skills to be able to translate them or to pass them on to the prison inmates.
This project it is funded by Advance Africa. They have been able to give prisoners skills. They have managed to support them within prison projects like handcraft, which prisoners have been able to utilize to improve their well-being.
After the COVID-19, managing women prison is a bit challenging. Recently, the Advance Africa provided them with the weaving machine. Now most of them, they have known how to make sweaters and the tablecloths, meaning that when they go outside there, after their release, they will be able to make these sweaters and also sell them.
We supported some of the businesses, over 100 businesses with inputs.
When this Advance Africa they came, they gave us some booster kits. Like for me, I received the one sewing machine. By that time, I was not having a machine. And it also, I use it very well and properly to make sure that at least I get something from it. And then it makes me to buy another machine also.
Advance Africa, in partnership with Faraja Africa Foundation, held trainings in Arua and Kampala to equip young entrepreneurs and business mentors with digital marketing and entrepreneurship skills in business. These participants would then go on to train others in these skills.
So they taught us on how to handle customers, even using this digital marketing like Canvas, then WhatsApp business, Facebook page on how you can advertise your product to someone who is not at your locality.
We trained 10 digital ambassadors who later on we empowered and built their capacity and support to also each of them train 20. It was common knowledge that everyone knows how to use social media. A few didn't know, but not everyone knew how to monetize and have the digital skilling to be able to actually create content for their marketing purposes.
As you can see, the business, it looks small, but when you go online, it's a big business. I received a great training from Advanced Africa and Forage Africa about digital marketing, which has really impacted a lot in my business of boutique. Because I started the business at a small scale with the worth 200,000. But as I received the training from Forage Africa and Advanced Africa about marketing my business online through Twitter, WhatsApp and Facebook accounts, really I've gotten a lot of customers.
Another area was that they also worked with the truck drivers. These are one of the key populations when it comes to disease transmission.
The training was so important for me. I am able to get some skills through sensitizing or also training my colleagues who did not have the training, the skillful areas where we are not doing, we are able to move around to teach them. For instance, as a drivers, it is not only accident alone. Sometimes as a drivers, we feel when money is with you there, any stopover you met, you feel like getting a woman. So sometimes we don't think about being protected. What you know is the money is there, it can solve everything. But as a drivers, when you don't be careful, don't manage yourself very carefully, you can meet other diseases.
We have other drivers whom we find most of the time they are drinking alcohol at any time. That one I've already sensitized them on. Like I've said, on their health. There's others who, if you are feeling maybe you have some problem with your health, you should not drive. You better park the vehicle, let other person drive for you.
Working with Advanced Africa has been an exciting experience. One of the key things that it really helped us internally is to strengthen our programming and systems. But also most importantly, working with them helped us also strengthen our financial management capacity, but also learning more about impact assessment, especially with the implementations we're doing and implementing at different levels.
The overall objective was to empower young entrepreneurs with skills and opportunities in order to develop social economic resilience, and two, the social resilience of high at-risk population is built through constructive